Getting so nervous to film this. Okay, can do it, it's fine. Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So I've decided to do the 12 Stephen King books that I want to read this year. These are the 12 books I'm going to read. I thought I'd choose 12 so that there's one for every month, but obviously if I read more, if I read less, that's fine. So I've got a mixture of like shorter books, longer books, some books that are published under Stephen King, some under Richard Bachman. Let me know what books of these you've read and if there's any I should start with, if there's any maybe that you didn't like as much, if there's any particular favourites that you have, I'd love to know. To start off with, I think I'm gonna go with the chunkiest one out of the lot. Can you guess what it is? So that's The Stand. Big chunky book. I think it's like 1,132 pages or something like that. Let me see. 1,325, so I was like very close. The copy that I had, I won off my friend Read by Beth when she did like a competition end of September, October last year. This was when I only had, I think it was just Pet Cemetery out of the Rainbow collections. I want to get around to this at some point. I'm not very good with big books though. It's not that I am put off by them. I don't know why I'm pretending like I'm not. There's something really daunting about a big book and I used to love it. I mean, think of like the Twilight books. When Breaking Dawn came out and that was massive, I was like, yes, a lot more pages about Edward. I'm not going to start it yet. I don't think I'm quite ready yet, but soon. I know obviously because it's about like a virus and stuff. Don't know how I'm gonna feel about reading it at the moment, so if I do read it and it's a bit too close to home, I might like set it aside and read it when all this madness is over, but I'm hoping that it'll be fine. I mean, prior to COVID I really enjoyed reading books about like viruses, the apocalypse, that sort of thing, which is a bit ironic considering we're like living in a worldwide pandemic. That's the first one, a bit long-winded, but the second one is Dolores Claiborne. I thought I'd choose a mixture of like long Stephen King books and short Stephen King books, and this one is fairly short. I think this is only about 400 pages. Oh, it's only 304 pages. I'm sure she's like a maid to somebody and like someone dies or something like that, and I know there's something to do with like a well. Other than that, I don't really know, but it sounds interesting. So the next one, I think I'll go with this. This is one of my favourite covers. It's Salem's Lot, and this is the illustrated edition. Again, it's another rainbow hoarder. You'll see a theme. I mean, some of them are not rainbow hoarders, but yeah, Salem's Lot. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't picked this up already, to be honest, because if you know me, you know I love Dracula. Anything to do with vampires, like, I'm all for. I know this is supposed to be quite scary, a bit jumpy, and I'm all here for that. Again, I think this is about 600-700 pages long, so it is like a fair size. Next one is one of the Richard Bachman books, The Running Man. Again, I chose this one mainly because it is a lot shorter. Mix it up, it doesn't feel like, you know, you're taking ages to read one book then. Helps towards the reading goal as well. And this one, I'm pretty sure it is sort of like a game show. The guy's running, I think is to save his daughter or to help his daughter. Huge mixed opinions about this. A lot of people love it, a lot of people are a bit like, it was alright. I'm looking forward to this one. And then the next one is Institute. My friend Read by Beth kindly bought me this for Christmas. It's quite funny actually because I was like literally going to buy this. I had it in my basket ready to buy. I had a random post come, like it was Amazon, and I was like, I haven't ordered anything, what's this? And then I opened it and then obviously I had the note off Beth. You know, it's got like Stranger Things kind of vibes to it. Don't really know an awful lot. Again, I try to go into the books blind. I want to read it now, but Beth's doing a read along, so I am going to save it and I'm going to read it. I think it's in April. I'll leave it like in a comment if you want to read it and you haven't read it yet and you want to join the read along. I love the cover as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it's shiny. Love it. So I'm looking forward to that one. Now, You might be thinking, how can you call yourself a Stephen King fan and you've not read this book? And I know, like, I'm still starting out. I've only read 5 so far. Considering it's only been a couple of months, I'm not doing too badly. But that book is The Shining. I love this cover. I think it's one of my favourite of the Rainbow Hoarders. I've never read The Shining. Don't come for me, but I've never watched the film either. I know enough about it, but not enough to have like a preconceived idea. So I'm looking forward to reading this, although out of all of them, apart from The Stand, this is probably one that I'm like most nervous to read, just because I know so many people love it and I'm scared that I'm not gonna like it. I feel like I am gonna like it. Apparently there's a lot more explanations in this compared to the film, so I think I'll read this, then watch the film and see. So I think it's quite good that I haven't watched the film, because I'm not gonna have like an idea of what I think should happen. I know it's supposed to be really creepy, spooky. Yeah. The one in here that I'm really looking forward to reading is The Long Walk. There's a group of boys, I think it's like 100 boys, and they all go on a long walk, and the book is just set with them walking. They don't stop. If they stop, they get killed, and I think the person who finishes first gets like a prize. It sounds really good, and apparently like there's really strong characters, and even though there's only like one sort of setting, as in the one road, it's like a really insightful book and interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's not like a horror or anything like that. It's very sort of not real life, but like dystopian, and looking forward to reading that. Next is The Dead Son. This one is about, I think it's a guy and he's in a car crash, and then he wakes up and he can like hear other people's thoughts. Cursed with the power to perceive evil in men's souls. Apparently there's like 2 parts of the story, so like the first half is about like a murder and solving it, and the second part takes you off in like another direction. So I don't know. Interesting to see that. And the next one is different seasons, but there's like one story in here that I'm particularly looking forward to. If you know me, you know that I absolutely love 80s films. Stand By Me it's one that I only watched a couple of years ago, but I absolutely loved, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading. It's called The Body in this. They've basically, it's sort of like a coming of age story. They find the body. It's about like bullies, that sort of thing. Train track. I won't spoil anything. Looking forward to seeing reading the book that the film was based on. So that'll be interesting. And I think, to be honest, I'll probably end up reading like the rest of them as well. Although I've not seen Shawshank Redemption either. There's a theme with me not watching films that I really should have. Is The Green Mile. Again, I've not seen the film to this. This is about a death row. I think that there's a character in here that's got magic or something like that. I don't really know, but it sounds really good, and I know it's a lot different to some of Stephen King's other books. But yeah, it's really intriguing. I know the film is supposed to be like amazing. Then the next one is Bag of Bones. I own the Halloween edition of this as well, which is the one I'm probably going to read, because look, the spine's perfect and I really don't want to ruin it. I've read the first couple of pages and I'm not sure. I feel like this isn't the book that I need to read at the moment. I'm not saying that it's a bad book. I mean, the first couple of pages were like intriguing, but generally you're just not vibing with the book straight away. So I think I'm gonna maybe start with another one and then come back to this either at the end of the month or like in a couple of months. But again, I really don't know what this is about. I'm gonna read this. The name sounds interesting, and yeah. The 12th and final book that I would like to read this year is 11/22/63. Now, this is a book that my boyfriend's father kindly bought me. He found it in a charity shop. It's basically about JFK, when JFK got shot in Texas, I believe. And it's basically like a time travel story where the main character tries to go back to stop the assassination. Ever since, like, it's been on my radar since it being bought for me, like, it's all I've heard people talking about. I'm super looking forward to it. It is one of his newer books, and I know like sometimes that puts people off, but it doesn't put me off. It's just the length that puts me off. So yeah, that's the final one. That's all of the Stephen King books that I would like to read this year. If I get through all of these, obviously I'll try and read some more for bookshelves because I've got plenty to read. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you think I should read one first, if you think maybe you shouldn't read that one. I'm not going to be like too harsh on myself because I'm very much a mood reader, so if I try and force myself to read a book, I'm not really gonna like it. But then if I put the book down and I come back to it in a few months, you know, I end up loving it half the time. So I might do like a roundup video at the end of the year. If I do read these, letting you know my thoughts, which ones were my favourite. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye.